Hello once again, and aloha pa to all the people of the planet. Time is 11:50. Today is 19th of September. I'm going to the fifth valley of the the seven valleys or seven steps towards the spirituality and the highest, climax of the spirituality. A method that has been invented by the Muslims, not by the Baha'i faith. But however, such possibility could exist or not through this method, Baha'u'llah agrees with such method that could be done, but it is not the only method in the Baha'i faith, properly speaking. Anyways, we are on the fifth valley, and it says, "And the wayfarer, after traversing the high plains of this supernal journey, entered the valley of contentment." The valley of contentment is not the word to be used. Contentment, the word for it in Persian and Arabic is qana'at. Qana'at means to be content, contentment. This word is istighna. Istighna, which comes from the word qana, it is means wealth. Qani means a wealthy person. Istighna means wanting, seeking for wealth. But in the writing of Shawi Effendi, in the context, it has been translated as contentment, but many other places also is translated as independent. When it says God is qani from creation, then the translation would be God is independent of the creations. And this word is really the valley of contentment, has to be changed to the valley of divine independence. It is when a person becomes independent, what I call it graduations in the Baha'i faith. Sufism is a process that a person supposedly become graduated from the curriculum of Islam. Such thing is in the Baha'i faith as well. We'll discuss it more. But when a person passes through all the writing of Baha'u'llah, completely fully goes through the class, through the curriculum, it is possible to do it without dying while you're alive. That means Baha'i faith has done its job for you. I call that in the Baha'i faith graduate. A graduate in the Baha'i faith is the one who has passed through the curriculum of God. Of course, it doesn't say to the people that you shouldn't go to university. No, it urges people to go through the university and do the class so they can also become graduate. So, as you can see, this journey is towards this independence. This independence is alluded by Jesus Christ. He says, like me, I want you to become sons of gods. I haven't come here to make you to be obedient to me. I have come to become my companion, to become like me. Which means independence, divine independence. Okay. In this valley he filleth. It is not feeling. The word is observeth. Because it says to see. I say I feel. I'm going to have to do this to her again. Because these things are not translation. She has basically interpreted her views and then translated her views. So in this valley he filleth, within bracket, observeth, the winds, within bracket, breezes, of divine contentment, of divine wealth, blowing from the plain, within the bracket, wilderness of the spirit. He burneth away the wails of want, within bracket, the wails of poverty. And with inward and outward eye perceiveth within and without all things, the day of God will compensate each one of his abundance, each one out of his abundance. From sorrow he turneth to bliss, from anguish to joy, his grief and mourning yields to delight and rapture. Although to the outward view the wayfarer in this valley may dwell upon the dust, yet inwardly they are throned. Within bracket, they inhibit. I put inhibit for are throned. And the height of the mystic meaning, I changed that. I said that in the celestial height. So again, although to the outward view the wayfarer in this valley may dwell upon the dust, yet inwardly they are throned within bracket inhibit, and the heights of the mystic meaning within the bracket the celestial height. They eat within bracket partake of the endless bounties of the inner significance within bracket eternal bounties, and drink within bracket quaff of the delicate within the bracket subtle wine of the spirit. The tongue faileth in describing these three valleys, and a speech within bracket utterance falleth short. The pen stepped not in this region, in this court. The ink leaveth only a blot. In these plains the nightingale of the heart hath other songs within bracket melodies, and secrets within bracket mysteries, which make the heart to steer within bracket into abolition, which make the heart into abolition, and the soul to clamor, no, soul into commotion. But this mystery of inner meaning may be whispered only from heart to heart, confided only from breast to breast. Confided only from breast to breast. New word. In the poetry she says, only heart to heart can speak the bliss of mystic knower. The poetry says, no messenger can tell it, and no missive bear it. I said this is not through the messengers and letter. Okay. The next line says, I am silent from weakness on many of matter. I said that. I'm silent and unable from enormity of the affairs. It reads, for my words could not reckon them, and my speech would fall short. I changed it, for my words never reckon, even though I say a little. That's what the translation is. إن قلت غلتي بلتي, even if I said a little, دلتي. So we continue. O friend, till thou enter the garden of such mysteries, change the such into these. Such within bracket these mysteries, thou shalt never set lip to the undying. Within bracket, thou shalt taste the eternal wine of this valley. And shouldest thou taste of it, thou wilt shield thine. Within bracket, put a blind eyes from within bracket on all thing else, and drink of the wine of contentment, of the wine of divine independence. And thou wilt lose, within bracket for lose, emancipate thyself from all thing else, and bind thyself to him, and throw thy life down in his path, and cast, within bracket sacrifice, thy soul away, within bracket thy life freely. However, There is no other in this region that thou need forget. Changed it. However, there is nothing in this realm for you to sacrifice. There was God and there was not beside him, a tradition. Shoghi Effendi's translation is, God was alone, there was none else besides him. While on this plane, the traveler witnessed the beauty of the friend in everything. Even in fire he seeth the face of the beloved. He beholdeth in illusion the secret of reality, and readeth or observeth, I said, from the attributes the riddle of essence. Totally wrong. From the attributes the manifesting mysteries. It says Serre Hoviyat. Hoviyat means identifications. So it's manifesting. Ser means mystery. So he will see Serre Hoviyat, he will see manifesting mystery, not the riddle of the essence. No. Okay. From the attributes, the riddle of essence, within bracket, the manifesting mystery, for he had burnt away the veil with sighing. I change it with heat, with the heat of a sigh. Okay? For he had burnt away the veils with heat of a sigh, not his sighing, and unwrapped the shroudings with a single glance. With piercing sight he gazed on the new creation. With lucid heart he grasped subtle verities. This is sufficiently attested by the tradition, and we have made thy sight sharp. For the sharp, I said, sharpened in this day. And we have made thy sight not sharp, but sharpened in this day. After journeying through the plains of the pure contentment, or my translation, divine independence, the traveler comes to the fifth valley, valley of wonderment. All right. We read this. What are we going to explaining this? As you can see, Baha'u'llah put these three valleys into some kind of a category, a different category. They're very difficult because, as I said on the fourth valley of the valley of knowledge, you develop the spiritual brain, as if mind, and then you get the mapping out of the world, of the universe, with Creator on the top, and his relationship with you through his manifestation, which is Baha'u'llah. You'll see that. Now, as a result of this, you will feel richness, a wealth. You feel an independence. It's a very, very strange feeling. So how do I use a demonstration of it? If you were an immigrant, like me, on the last days when I was in India, about 2 days left from my being in India, I already am the citizen of Canada, and I have my tickets and I'm leaving like tomorrow. And now I'm in the street and in the road. I am totally detached from this area, from anything that's in it. Do I, for example, care if I drive and get a ticket from a policeman? No, I'm leaving. Do I care how much are these lands, how much are these houses? They're not anymore my problems. It is that sort of the feeling. You're immigrating from this plane of the existence that people are into another plane. Definitely you will have a lot of dreams, distinguishing with the flight. You fly in those dreams. You have vision at this point probably of Abdu'l-Baha, of Shoghi Effendi. You might even have a vision of Baha'u'llah and the Bab. you will get out of this world. I had such dream, I remember, lots of a long time ago, and I mentioned that. I was going with my bicycle and I hit the hydropole. I wasn't in this life, really. It didn't matter what people are telling me. I seen something else. A feeling of completely that this is totally a vacation I'm in temporary situations. I've seen in a train, in one of those booths, let's say, I don't know what the word is, that parents were sitting, 5, 6 of them, at this compartment, and children are playing because there's nothing else, and somebody gets the handle, the other child says, oh no, it's my handle, the other child says, oh, it's my handle, and we adults smiles at them. Because we know this train is going to stop pretty soon and everybody has to get out. When people put their hand onto the things, for me it's like that. I confess, if they tell me that tomorrow is a 50 million in my account, for what I want to do, I will be happy. But if they tell me that I have to own hundreds and thousands of the apartments and the houses and the businesses, I don't want it. I just can't have it. There's no way that I can install in my head. So even if I have, I will probably sell half price to get cash to go do something else that I want to do. So what is this sense of wealth that we have, and this sense of poverty? I brought these examples before, I'm just saying it again, reiterating it. I always thought that at a city, let's say Toronto, New York, whatever, Tehran, if overnight for some strange disease comes through airborne disease, everyone dies. Or for some other reason, everyone disappears, and you get up and you're the only person. You walk in the city. Fear immediately gets you. It will get me. It will become very spooky. I go everywhere. There's nobody around. Absolutely nobody. In my definition of a human being in psychology, I believe no one will stay overnight in that city. Nobody. They'll take a car somewhere, wherever, make sure there's enough gas in it, and they go outside of town, probably, on a road that there's nothing in there. They can see everywhere. They probably sleep in the car. Then why do we want all of this? It's because others, they have it. What we want is not material. We like to compete with people sometimes, and we like also to be recognized by people. If it is to be recognized, it's true, it's a good feeling, it's allowed. But if you want to have money to control other people, well, that's evil. You are suffering from achievement deficit disorder. But if you want to have money to be recognized by people as somebody, so your problem is not really money, you want to be recognized. Well, there are easier way to get recognized. People are recognized in the world by people, even all the rich people, bad people, everybody. Those who have done a lot of great work for people, like Nelson Mandela, Mother Teresa. In Canada, my favorite, Terry Fox. Gandhi in India. And so many thousands of other people all over the world, which my information is so dismal, I do not know. So people respect them. They don't respect wealthy people. They don't respect kings unless they were seriously good people, like King Cyrus or Ashok or certain others. So what people really recognize and appreciate is the power of spirituality the person has. Heroes are spiritual people who give their life, not the wealthy rich people. And that is not very difficult. Everyone can achieve that. Get into art, get into reading, get into some social things. Or, if you don't want to do those things, simply start to help people around. Before you know, everybody praise you, if you like that, to be recognized for that. So this wealth is a problem. Because the moment the damn thing comes to you, Baha'u'llah says two things happens. other fear and danger chases you. I've seen it in my life all the time. There's only one way to get rid of the fear. Get rid of the money. That's it. You want no danger? Have minimum amount of money. Extra money is problem. So this is what happens. The person at this point in this valley, he finds the parallel universe, another existence. He completely knows that exists now. After he mapped out the universe, he will find an existence of somewhere else. He dreams a lot, and he completely is out of this world. Not in the sense that he doesn't care about anything. He is out of this world in a sense that he does everything in this world for the sake of the world to come. It's impossible to make him to lie. You won't. You lie because you're afraid. You lie because you're in need. This guy is needless. He doesn't have need. He doesn't fear anybody because he loves everyone. So he doesn't lie. He looks at people and he just feels pity for them that they don't know what they are into. They're all been stung by the vampire of the materialism. They don't know it. They're the children of Dracula when they go after money, after wealth. But we do need wealth. We do need money. Do not misunderstand me. If you have children, if you have people that you have to support, or simply if you want to help other people, you could use money. But money certainly is not the only thing you could do. You're trying to tell me that the 27 years, you be the judge of it, the 27 years that Nelson Mandela went in jail, did that serve mankind more or the money that Bill Gates gives? Both of these guys are totally giving it away. Even Bill Gates can tell you that. What Mandela did has more effective than what he does. There you go. Therefore, money is not a means to really get up and do things. So, to summarize again, it's not a valley that you think that you're entering in somewhere. No, these are the things that happens to your soul. After you map out the universe, understand the oneness and the unity of yourself, your place in the universe, the relationship of God with you, which is Baha'u'llah, and you understand where God is. He's on the head of a united existence and independent from it. So now, as a result of this, a feeling comes to you. As you keep doing more and more, then you have this sense of wealth, enormous wealth. You see? And you go on and on. You have such a sense of wealth. When people, they look at you, they think you're a king in disguise. You're a prince. You can't be just an ordinary person. That's what it gives to them, because they sense in their subconscious they want what you have. They don't have it. I was maybe 18 years old, I remember. Well, I became Baha'i. I had a friend in Iran. His father was a general of the Shah. And I was teaching Baha'i in the streets. And when he met me, he said, you know, I want you to come to my house and whatnot. All right, we go. I was sitting and talking. I saw another guy with a lot of, bulging things. He was an army man. And they told me that he's also a general. And sitting with him, And I was talking, he just turned around, looked at me. He was a younger man too, or younger than him. He says, "Where do you get this power, boy? You talk with such a confidence. You're very polite, but you're very powerful. Where do you get this power from?" I want it. I said, "Baha'u'llah, sir. I get from my father, from Baha'u'llah." "Your father's Baha'u'llah?" I said, "Yes, so was your father," I said. "I know my father. You're an orphan. You do not know it." People just going, "What is this Baha'i faith? Could you ever imagine? I thought this is this mumble jumble. Now you're telling me that there's Baha'u'llah that gives you this power." He said, "You are like a prince. You are, authority comes from all over you." But I'm 18 years old, I have no place to sleep. I'm building in the houses under construction with the workers. There's no place, no address. I remember the comics book, The Man Without the Country. I was like that. So I had no country really. People didn't want me. So I've tested, for myself in my life what that is. And amazing it is. I am such a shame if I know that tomorrow actually I have to get up to go to work, to make money, to live. If I don't know it is that I have to come here and talk to you, it would be the greatest insult to me. I'm living a day not knowing where I am. I see it as the darkest oblivion. That a man doesn't know that he is in an elusive world. In a womb. It's real, this life is real, but what it is, it's in the womb. Why is it not real? Because it comes to an end. The other life does not come to an end. It's forever there. Changes does not happen there by time. Here time helps to heal because there is a movement. And movement finally makes things to move. A wound gets healed. But in the next life there's no time. What makes substitutes the time is the willpower. You could be in a place forever, suffering or enjoying, unless you will to go. And to have willpower, you have to be a Baha'i, I'm sorry. That's minimum. And then as a Baha'i, you have to do certain things. Otherwise, you won't be even people. You will not even be a person. Bob says those who are in the lower grade, they never see the higher grade, higher levels. So that is why so God made it so they don't suffer. They know there are other beings besides them. But in reality, those who are higher, they see the guys down lower. So, yes. If you're a good, great Baha'i, you've done a lot of things, you're able to fly in the next life. Among the same people, among the same houses, among the same everything that you see here, except that's in the vision. When you sleep, you dream. How could you say those visions were not real? Which sometimes because of its fear, you actually wake up. Sometimes because of its pleasure, let me use the word, young people, a lot of them, they might ejaculate in the dream. How could it not be real? If it is not real, what is it affecting their body then? It is real. But because you wake up, you think it's not real. So, but when you die though, it becomes the whole thing that you have done. Essentially what you have done to yourself, your hardware, which is your body, is gone. Now what's left is a CD. which is your identification, CD being your soul, what's written in that soul is what you've done. If it is something good, great, the CD could worth billions and trillions of dollars of the money of the next life. Or it could be just junk and simply gets deleted because nobody wants it. So, I think I'm concluding. We have the valley of the wonderment that we're going to be talking after. And the final valley, which is the graduation, the valley of the selflessness, which is the same as in the four valley. The four valley and the seven valley, they're all the same. I'll be talking to you about that later. Okay, may God bless you. May Baha'u'llah be with you. May you be with Baha'u'llah, the Master of the Universe. And we'll talk to you tomorrow, guys.